So, there's a report of a fuel smell in the cabin. Got everything ripped open, looking through here. See those aluminum lines going side to side. One is hydraulic. The other two, towards the rear, are fuel cross feed. So you're going to feed one engine out of the tank on the other wing. And so we're going across and checking. Oh, look at that blue. That is a fuel leak. And if you can see that black duct right there, that's scat tubing. I'll have to get that piece and dig it out, but that scat tubing has worn a hole right through the fuel line. The person is very lucky they did not have a fire from any sparks down here. Joys of an old airplane, probably built in the 1970s. So yeah, here we go. We got it cut. Move section of pipe. Couldn't have got this done without this really handy pipe cutter. Find it at Home Depot, plumbing supply type places. But this is their 1/2-inch model. It's called a auto cut. And it's for 1/2-inch pipe, and it works on aluminum. It leaves a little bit of an edge. It's really meant for copper, but it definitely worked. And what we had was just a tiny little bit for that duct right there. You can kind of see the rusty spot right at the tip of my finger. That apparently is all it took to cause the pipe to corrode through. I'll show you that in a sec. So, see all the staining that tipped me off. We had a problem. But if you're looking, that right there by my tip of my thumb is actually about all you're going to see on the outside of this pipe. If it wasn't for the staining. However, let's see if we can show the inside of this very well. You see that kind of smudgy looking part down in there? That is where it corroded and caused the pinhole leak. And that's all it takes to have a pretty nasty leak. And as I said before, that leak is down in that hole right there. And if you look at my other video where I'm showing the issue with the electrical panel circuit breaker, it's literally right there. So a foot, maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet from what really very good potential for sparking, fire, overheating, melting, arcing, and a fuel leak. And believe it or not, there's really not a vapor barrier between those two. Any fumes from that compartment would very easily travel up inside that circuit breaker panel. Alright, so here is the solution. We've cut and flared. This is another tube we bought. We called Cessna to make sure we had the right tubing. And we've cut and flared. Now I had to cut this tube back a little bit in order to be able to make a piece that was long enough to be able to get a good ability to work on flaring it, stuff like that. Got 2 unions, and this piece I measured right down to the 32nd to make sure I got the right length. So hopefully this will all fit back together, tighten it up. And then we even got some fire sleeve here, just because I don't want to have any more issues with chafing here. So we're going to put fire sleeve over all these unions and everything when we're done, so nothing else will ever chafe through that again and cause an issue with a leak like this. Well, so there we go. It survived the whole night, and we have no leaks. Fingers are dry, and the fuel is on. Cross feed position on both selectors, and the cross feed shutoff is on. So we'll put the fire sleeve over it, protect it from any chafing or anything else. On to the next job.